Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do not fret. Oh, I should have started with it's another week or whatever, like we always do, but technically it hasn't been a week. Nonetheless, your eyes do not deceive you. Oh, and we should have done the thing where I pretend like I'm alone and then you join the Discord call.
Oh, wow.
EliteAri is back, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's been too long. I've missed it.
Now I'm going to do my planned intro. Little did you know, everybody, but just now, Ari just agreed, just now, that we are going to be reviewing every Fire and Blood chapter as he reads it piece by piece. He's agreed to do at least 2 hours on each chapter, whether they be long chapters that are like 55 pages or short chapters that are like 28 pages or something. There's like one 28-page one. Don't get your hopes up. We're going to learn about Jaehaerys. We're going to learn about Maegor. We're going to learn about Aenys. We're going to learn about Aegon. And we might even learn about the king that comes, or the queen that comes, in the coming seasons of House of the Dragon. Isn't that great? You just agreed to that, right, Ari?
No, you know what, everyone? None of this is whatsoever true. I did a Twitter poll, and it turned out the opposite way, where everyone was like, stay show only. And I was like,
yeah, even I voted for that. But
yeah, I was kind of surprised. I thought people would like force me to read it, but no, here we are.
Now, oh, also, I responded to that tweet. Didn't get a like from Ari. Didn't get a response from Ari.
Oh yes, of course.
He just big leagued me, you know. Well, fuck you.
I set up the poll and then I went to bed. I just lied in bed all day and I just didn't.
And Twitter, it's not like Twitter has this notification system where you like click on it and like the things that have happened while you weren't there are then made known to you.
Yeah, but I have too many, you know. I'm too popular.
But actually, really, we're doing this,
I think that was the only thing, yeah.
Fire and Blood. I guess we probably should have talked about
this
at the end. Are you really just convinced by a shitty Twitter poll? Is that are you going to let the people...
I mean, I guess. It was pretty overwhelming, you know? My goodness. It wasn't like 50-50. It was like 90-10.
Now, today we will be talking about the episodes and Ari's thoughts. We're supposed to be catching up, but we're going to deal with this first, right? That's what this video is. I'm sure the title explained it. You know what you're here for. Now, nonetheless, we have spoken previously, and you've said you have no confidence in remaining unspoiled. So if you're going to get spoiled anyway, you may as well get spoiled in the right way.
Yeah, that's very true.
Maybe we have to
I am open to reading it, you know. I've read like the first 10 minutes of an audiobook of it.
Disgusting.
It was about like
no
Aegon or something.
Be a real man and read the
fucking
boy.
Thing. No, if I'm reading it, I'm reading an audiobook. I don't read books. Come on.
My goodness gracious me.
Yeah.
But I guess that doesn't affect me in any which way. And then it would force me to reread it as we go through chapter by chapter, as no one's ever done before. Not like I've watched a whole Preston podcast that did exactly that.
Oh, wow. All right.
Now they didn't get too far. Just on Fire and Blood, and I think I mentioned this in my episode 10 review, which means I haven't made much progress, but I am finally up to the Dance of Dragons beginnings. We're going to talk about the Great Council that's shown in the prologue of episode 1, coming up in my Fire and Blood journey. I'm about halfway through this fucking book, if you can believe it or not.
Wow. All right.
I'm just a masterful speed reader. There was a point in me bringing that up, but I've forgotten it. Oh, it was just going to be like, so I'm going to be fully actually spoiled rather than just on wiki articles going in. Yep. But I know all these fucking things. Also, this fucking Winds book is apparently 75% done, so after we finish Fire and Blood, we'll jump right into Game of Thrones. Me and Ari go on chapter by chapter.
You know what that is? I would definitely do that. If Winds of Winter comes out, I'm definitely reading the whole series.
Yes, there's no way because you said, this Ari Coward, just to catch up the audience, has said that I don't want to start something that's not finished. You know for a fact if this fucking Winds book comes out and these spoilers start trickling out of Twitter, you don't want to be some fucking loser getting them secondhand from Twitter, even if this 7th book never comes out. He's going to be on it with the rest of us, all right? God, what happens when a book comes out and it's like 1,000 trillion pages? I have the Dance of Dragons now. I have all of them now, by the way. I can't start them until I finish Game of Thrones, which I'm putting on hold until I finish Fire and Blood, probably. But this fucking Dance of Dragons book has like 1,100 pages. My goodness. And he said that this one's going to be longer. What happens? Like, the book comes out and everybody's got to like spend 3 days reading it before anybody can talk about it. It's not like a movie where you come out on midnight, you watch it and everybody talks about the spoilers.
Yeah, I guess.
It's going to be some wacky shit. I guess that's what kind of happens with The Last of Us Part 2, right? You just got to go silent for like 2 or 3 days while you play this 30-hour game. Anyway, we'll decide. We'll build from here. We might read Fire and Blood. We'll see. We'll do a pros and cons list. We'll fucking...
Yes.
We'll
hash this out with many arguments.
Nonetheless, I had to do Ari abandoned me. He's a coward. I had to do the last 2 and episode 7 by myself, the discussions. I guess he could fill everybody in on that you were sick or stuff. I guess I explained it.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. Just take that. Yeah, that's the takeaway.
Ari was suffering these last few weeks. He's not actually a coward. That was a bit of comedic exaggeration.
Yep. But I'm recovering.
These episode 9. Yeah, he's still recovering. Episode 9 and 10, Ari, you're going to give us your rundown. I guess start with 9, go into 10, or maybe you want to start with 10, go into 9. I don't know. I'm not your fucking father.
So episode 9, just as a recap, I think that was like essentially all in King's Landing, right?
Yes, there's a whole Greens episode.
Yeah, and they were chasing down Aegon and then the end with Rhaenys and all that. I thought it was I think my thoughts aligned with yours mostly, where like it was pretty good. And then the ending was kind of bad, or like cringe kind of, where you got like Rhaenys coming in and killing all these like simple people, and I'm like, okay, this is strange. But I don't know, the rest of the episode was pretty fun. Like I enjoyed the like 2 sides seeking out Aegon. And even just like through that, like getting some characterization for Aegon. I thought that was interesting. Like he definitely just doesn't want to be king. I don't know.
Until he kind of does decent at the end.
Yeah, until he's like, this is interesting. This could be good. He has a cool ceremony. I like that ceremony. But yeah, that's episode 9, I guess.
Well, usually when we do episode by episode, you start everyone off by saying this was the best episode yet. I'm guessing you didn't feel this way about episode 9.
No, definitely not. 9 is definitely not the best. One of the worst, I would say, definitely.
It's better than that 6 and 7 nonsense. I'll tell you what.
Oh no, that's wild talk there. One of the best episodes of the show. Yeah, I don't know. I would say episode 10. It's a candidate, for the favorite. I like that a lot. Which is essentially the opposite side of the coin, where you've got Rhaenyra on Dragonstone is the whole setting basically until the end when Luke leaves. So that was great. We got essentially it's them just figuring out what they're gonna do now that Viserys is dead. Are they gonna go to war and Rhaenyra's in charge? And I liked all that stuff. And I loved that bit at the end at Storm's End. I thought that was really cool, like seeing Aemond and Luke, who are like 2 characters that are relatively new still, like to the show. Like they're less than half the season, and I'm very invested, and I know them both pretty well. And I thought it was really cool seeing the terrible stuff happen at the end of that episode.
Now,
great episode.
Yes. Now, something we should also point out, just in our introductions here, is that you have also already watched both of my episode discussions, right? So it's not like I'm going to reveal my take is some secret thing. Ari's already he's already up to date. I was just remembering, because we're talking about the episode rankings. I think I did an episode ranking in my 10 video, didn't I? Do you remember?
I remember you did a character ranking, roughly.
Oh yeah, we should do that too. Now, I'm not going to expect you to do episode ranking, but I think obviously 4 is the best one. Then I think because it's always the
which
first.
Was 4?
4 is the sex one, idiot.
Yes, of course.
The because it's basically the first 5. I've said this now, and I think this is going to be my cute little phrase: is that this show is the greatest show of all time for 5 episodes.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And then it's a pretty good, the rest of it. Episodes.
I'm like the opposite.
Yeah, episodes 6 and 7. They're a little forgiven because Alicent's the cutest girl that was ever cute. Still, she just had a momentary lapse.
Yep.
I guess that gets into the character rankings. You've been a hating-ass hater on Rhaenyra the whole time. So where do the characters stand? Go down the list of the prominent ones.
Oh, boy. I mean, Viserys, the greatest character to ever live in the show.
Yeah, he's like third. Whatever.
I would say he's probably number 1. But he wasn't until that episode that was about him, right? Which is crazy how much he jumped up just from that episode.
It was a great episode. Minty's seething right now at our love for this old man.
Yeah, what a fantastic... I love that scene where he's walking with his cane, my goodness.
The walking scene, these overrated idiots. It's the dinner scene that's the best one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just trying to annoy Minty here.
Yeah. The music, now he's really mad.
Yeah. God, all right, Viserys.
What's Rhaenyra? Where's she standing?
Oh, God. I mean, she would probably be next. But I think I agree with you, or I think I like young Rhaenyra probably more than old Rhaenyra. Even though they are the same character. Um, I don't know. I would say that Rhaenyra is probably second. So Viserys, Rhaenyra,
Now, Damon, your
maybe
favorite?
Corlys. No. Corlys, I think, is next. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like he's just every scene he's always interesting. Um, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I really liked his take about like history remembering names instead of blood, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I like this guy, you know.
Yeah. That was a trailer line, by the way.
Oh, really? Okay, I have to go watch those trailers again.
I just remembered that I did a video about one of the trailers. It would be interesting to go back and watch that.
Oh, I'm sure there's spoilers all over that. Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
sure there definitely is. So you're not allowed to watch
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Because I feel like you were in chat for that, and I was like, yeah, no one's going to remember what I'm saying right now. And look at EliteAri here. Doesn't remember a goddamn thing. So
Yes.
what, Damon choking his wife, Ari, you love him. Embarrassing. How are you going to answer for your man's crimes?
Yeah. He just, it's not the worst thing he's done, you know? It's just a simple choking, you know? He's done much worse. I've forgiven him when he killed all those people in King's Landing in episode 1.
What about when he killed his wife? That was pretty funny, Lamau.
Yeah, we never saw him kill her, you know? It's just implied
Maybe
death.
he didn't.
The horse
Maybe
just
he
got
didn't.
spooked, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. He's a bad person, but I think he's enjoyable to watch. And I definitely am biased because of Matt Smith. He's just so great. I've been watching a lot
You
of
and
Doctor Who
everyone.
clips lately. Yeah. But Damon, I don't know. He hasn't ever since like the halfway point. He hasn't really done that much. The one thing he's really done is the putting the crown on Viserys and like that whole. Basically his care for Viserys was
Yeah.
all interesting. But
I guess he
beyond
really
that,
hasn't
I
done that
don't think
much,
he's done
huh?
too much. Yeah. But
Huh.
that's it as Damon.
Is Damon going to do much in the near future? Yeah, he is. Never mind.
Of course.
Shut up, Ari.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess we can talk about this later, but he also tried to tame a dragon in the final episode. Also, it seemed like
Well-
that. I guess that's something.
he's doing a thing. That seems a little weird. He's singing to him. This is like a show original concept, I guess. He's
Yeah.
talking to the old king's dragon, Vermithor, from the prologue. You remember that? I reference it all the time. That was his dragon, Lamau. And the other dragon is his wife. Those are the two they have in the dragon mount. They call it on Dragonstone. Their dragon.
They get married?
His fucking the old king had a wife, good Queen Alicent.
Okay.
Keeping up, Ari, and
They went
her
to
dragon is
dragons, yeah.
Silverwing, and Silverwing and Vermithor are the ones that they have on Dragonstone that are unclaimed. Now Daemon can't
Crazy.
claim a second dragon, but he's sweetening
Hey,
one
you
up.
never know.
I think it was you can't. That's the law rules, Ari. Only one dragon. Danny didn't ride
Alright.
those other two. Only Drogon, don't you forget.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it is an explicit law thing. This isn't like a. Well, I guess.
Yeah,
is
but
it
they
explicit?
change things.
If a character showed up and did two, would I look like a moron right now? Probably, but I don't think that's what's happening. Sea Smoke. Well, speaking of breaking law, Sea Smoke is also, which is Laenor's dragon, is on Driftmark. Who has another rider later, but we've talked about this. Laenor didn't die in the show, and supposedly a law thing is
Yep.
that as long as the bloke is alive, it can't have another rider.
Yep.
So they're going to have to get around that somehow. Or Laenor comes back and dies, and then actually everything will have been a spoiler when everybody said he actually didn't die in the book. I don't think so, though. I don't think we're ever going to see Laenor again. I don't know. We can talk about predictions later. But
Yeah.
this all became because I was trying to be a flex law. Because I was trying to say, hey, Ari, that's the old King's Dragon over there.
Yeah, look at you. You're a genius.
What? Oh, we're doing characters. Alicent next, Ari. Isn't she just the cutest?
Oh god. I like Alicent, kind of. She's okay.
Okay.
She's a mum, is really what I think of. I don't know. She like in the her episode 9, she kind of didn't express any uncertainty as to the ramblings that Viserys said to her.
Yeah.
Which was a bit strange. Like she seemed very confident that she understood it correctly. Whereas I think she probably should have been, if she's a good person, she probably should have been a bit more hesitant in the things she was claiming. But I like her. She's great. She's always passionate, you know? She's telling off the council when they're like, you planned this without informing me of this. Like, do you think Viserys would have wanted Rhaenyra to be killed? Like, I love it.
Remember when she threatens that one dude and he's going to send him to the wall? That was cute.
Yeah, that was great.
Do you remember his name, Ari? Because I just remembered it.
Oh, Jesus.
Jasper Wild? You
absolutely
forgot it. What about the
All
bloke
right,
that
all right,
died, who
good.
I kept telling you to remember the name because Lamau, he's gonna
Oh,
die.
oh, oh! It was like not Boris. It was like
B.
Beesberry or something, right?
Berry, not Berry, but yes.
No, Beesberry,
Congratulations.
Beesworth, I don't know.
Beesberry. Not
Oh,
berry though, not like a
Beesberry.
berry in a thingy, like Berry.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
Anyway, we got it.
Perfect.
Um,
10
there were some
episodes.
changes now. It kind of sucks because I want to be like, there were some changes, Ari, did you know? But you already watched the fucking video
Yep.
where I talked about them.
Yep.
So how do these suspected changes sit with you? Now, in the book, there actually
Jesus,
is.
what were they?
Actually, in a piece of art that I retweeted today, because a visual version of Fire and Blood came out like, a few days ago. Genius. He planned it. The publishers planned it to coincide with the end of the show. What a bunch of geniuses these fucking marketers are.
Yep.
But a visual version of Fire and Blood with a lot of illustrations came out. All the illustrations are now on Twitter. I've been retweeting some of them, choicefully, the ones that don't spoil everything. And one of them actually is an artwork of the 3 possible fates of Lord Beesbury. Now, this prick dies, we know this, but there's like, he's also famously like the first casualty of the Dance of Dragons. We see a few more in episode 10, poor Luke, and we'll get into that, I'm sure. But there's 3 fates of him, supposedly, and the one that most people like associate, I think, is Kristen Cole just slitting his fucking throat when he tries to speak for Rhaenyra in the Green Council. Now, this version of things has Alicent as the big evil stepmother, who never saw Viserys have a vision or whatever, and just wants the throne because she wants it, and is more in control than Shoal Alicent has really been displayed to be. The next one is that he's put in a dungeon, and then eventually he's just executed as a political prisoner, kind of like Lord Caswell is. In episode 9 too, he's the old bald dude they hang who tries to escape. And the third one is that Kristen Cole throws him out the window. That one's kind of funny. But instead in the show, Kristen Cole accidentally hits his head on the thingy, which is kind of a little bit lame. Because it kind of takes agency, if we want to use this word, away from Cole and Alicent and Otto, I guess. They do comment that he's really old, so, I don't know, be gentle with him or whatever. Whatever, I forgive him. But that was a cute thing. That's one of the differences. Alicent obviously doesn't have a noble motivation of, like, thinking she's living up to Viserys' wishes in the book. She, at least not that we know of, she's just scheming to put Aegon on the throne. That's another big difference. And Rhaenyra is not hesitant at all to start the war when she finds out. Because she goes into labor when she finds out, and she blames the stillbirth. And another image I retweeted today where it's the art of her, and her kid's name was going to be Visenya, which was actually hinted at in episode 1 when she wanted, if Emma had a daughter, she wanted it to be called Visenya.
Yep. It's like this family already has a Visenya.
Yeah, and Sheena, Daemon Lamau. Daemon's got her sword. See? Law things. But, and obviously Rhaenyra kind of wants a daughter. She doesn't get a daughter. She's got 5 boys.
Yep.
Unbearable. My God, that's my nightmare. But yeah, so there's a lot of differences. Rhaenyra and Alicent have been the biggest difference throughout the whole show, right? Their friendship doesn't exist in the book.
Yep.
Alicent's way older. We've gone over this a bunch of times. But it is interesting because they have them both hesitate while Daemon and Otto are sort of whispering in their ears as they've sort of been parallel characters throughout the whole season to start this fucking war. So it's cute. I see a lot of people not liking it because it takes away from sort of the striking characterization of Rhaenyra sort of being ruthless in her ambition for the throne. And I guess Alicent being that as well, but sort of being a manipulative schemer in the background the whole time when they're both sort of... They're just in love, Ari. And now they're going to be forced to fight. Can you believe it? It's tragedy, this war stuff.
It is. I don't. This is probably a good time to talk about it, I guess. But I don't think I understand the end of episode 10, like what that means for Rhaenyra. Because as far as I understand, she was the whole point of the episode. Not the point, but like the whole throughout the episode, she's like hesitant to declare a war that will result in like the loss of all of the people, the common people or whatever. But in the end, they're like, okay, we'll like blockade King's Landing and we'll have this done quickly and the war will be over. And then Luke dies and she finds out. And and she's like, I can't tell. I'm assuming she's like angry or something. Is like what the
Yes.
music kind of made it appear like. But like, what could that possibly change? Like they've already got a plan to end the war quickly. Like, what's she gonna do now? Go
Well,
and
I think
like
I think it's a
burn them or like?
correction. I think it's to basically get her on book Rhaenyra path. Now she is going to be a ruthless bitch, and she's gonna. Uh, I think you'll see the ramifications of that very early in the second season. She is very vengeful now, I think, is the insinuation. It's sort of like the, oh, here we go moment. Well, this means war type thing.
Yeah, which is interesting. I guess I want to see where it goes.
They
'Cause
killed
I'm
her
not,
fucking son.
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it works. Hold on, I'm going to paste because I'm assuming you didn't see my pretty retweets, so I'm going to put these in our chat here. The rest of you have to go to fucking Twitter and actually see them yourselves, but we got the... Oh no, I pasted the Allison picture that I'm using. Whoops. Copy, link to
No, I don't
tweet.
want to see that.
My goodness, Ari. Mind your mouth. Wait, you can look at all of these because the other two you'd have no context from. But the first one is the Lord Beesbury one where it's got his 3 fates.
Right.
And then the third one is Rhaenyra looking crazy after a miscarriage. And I think this craziness is reflected in the shot we're talking about right now. You have no context for the other two.
Well,
Look
not
at
that
this
crazy, but yeah,
crazy bitch.
Yeah. It's interesting, I guess. Yeah, I guess she was gonna be crazy and burn King's Landing or something. I don't know. I feel like it would be over very quickly if she decided to do that though, because they do have so many dragons.
Well,
I don't know.
It is kind of fake news how much dragons they purport to have, right? Because first of all, we got Vhagar over there. He's gonna fuck up a few of them, and then they've got 3.
Yeah.
And 4 if the fucking 4th child shows up in season 2, which we've been assured that Daeron will show up.
Yep.
So, but his dragon is kind of small too because it's one that he birthed, like that was born with him. But the problem is that all of Rhaenyra's kids' dragons are all small. Like even Jace's is not much bigger than Arax was, who Arax is the one that died, got chomped. And like also Rhaenyra, she's kind of fucked up. She just had a stillbirth. She can't really be going to war. And who do you want to send to war? Do you want to send Rhaenyra and she gets chomped and then it's all over? So it's like they kind of just have Maelys and Caraxes, which is
well, just quickly go to the Red Keep and burn it. It's gone, you know.
But what they're gonna throw? Aegon's gonna show up and fucking Helena's got a big fucking dragon. I'll tell you what, Dreamfire, the best dragon. Another tweet that I had today. And Vhagar will be back there, so they're outnumbered 3-2 right there without the 4th one. I assume if they tried to attack King's Landing, they'd probably take Jace, or is Rhaenyra going to not want to send her sons anywhere now that one of them's been killed?
Okay, I can believe it now. You're convincing me.
This is similar to the Dany situation, right? Where she's on Dragonstone and she has 3 dragons and nobody else has any dragons, but Tyrion sort of has to say, well, we'll go to Lannisport and then we'll have a fight in the field and then eventually we'll go to King's Landing. It's like the story of season 7.
Yeah, but they have, I guess they have defense. I guess they wouldn't know at that point that they have the catapult things or whatever.
Oh yeah, this is something actually I was watching my normies reaction, which I'm accustomed to do. I think in the show they might imply that Qyburn invents the scorpions. They're all gonna have scorpions in this fucking show. That's in the books all the time.
What?
The Dornish
in House of the Dragon.
Yes, the Dornish kill the Conqueror's sister's dragon. Meraxes, Rhaenys rides Meraxes, not the Rhaenys we know, the other one, the old one. They kill it with a fucking scorpion, right? But it's 150 years before this show happens. These idiots got scorpions. And that's maybe just the Dornish
it'll break
have them.
The law.
Yeah, we'll contradict. Do they? I can't remember. I don't remember the scene specifically enough. If Qyburn just found it in an old book or something, and is like,
maybe
we haven't been using these for 100 years or whatever. And remember he shoots Balerion's skull. What a prick.
Yep.
But yeah, they're gonna have scorpions. So King's Landing will also have a bunch of them. Though Drogon kind of fucked them all up real quick. So maybe they're not effective. I don't know. This fucking old show. Can you believe it?
That will be effective on the little dragons. Like Dany's or Drogon got speared in that fighting pit in season 4 or whatever.
Yeah, and then Bronn hit him. Remember? What a moment! I wish it happened.
Crazy. Yeah.
But
yes.
Where are we up to? We're talking about Alicent and differences. Then we're talking about the final scene. And now we can round this all back together with book changes because, of course, our boy Aemond didn't mean to do it. He was just accidentally doing it. Whereas the belief the whole time was that he wanted to kill this little fucking prick Luke, took his eye. and
Yep.
and ambushed him. Whereas here, they both dragons disobeyed. Now in the links, I saw tweets because this episode leaked 3 days in advance, so there were a lot of mad tweets about Aemon's dragon not listening to him, with like 10,000 likes and shit. I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad discourse. But then it turns out this fucking little dragon was also not obeying, so it's not like a favoritism thing.
Yep.
Aemon. Let's talk about Aemon.
I mean, so Luke was being chased, probably afraid for his life.
Yes.
So even if his dragon betrayed him, I think it's understandable why he would want to attack Aemon in that situation.
Yeah, the tweets weren't
Like, he
really
didn't
about
create that
moral
situation,
culpability. They were about like, oh, this is stupid. Why wouldn't Aemon? Aemon's like the coolest dragon boy. Why would his dragon not obey him and stuff like that?
Right.
It wasn't like, oh,
Yep.
it makes Aemon more likable. I guess some of it was that too. But yes, obviously, poor Luke had every right of self-defense here. If some bloke's chasing you with a knife, but he doesn't actually mean to stab you, it's not on you to understand that if you find the gun, to shoot him with it. Luke didn't have a gun, though. Just a itty-bitty dragon.
Yep.
He don't got no dragon no more. It's funny. No, every one of my jokes, I'm like, no, Ari's already heard this, so I'm going to sound like a loser if I say this because he watched the video.
Say it.
But I'm going to say it anyway. If you go on the Arax wiki page, the page is of him dead on the beach. So it's like a funny, cute thing that like, oh, this is like all Arax is known for. Poor dragon got chomped.
Wow.
Also, spoiler.
I thought, so whose dragon is Vermax? Because I thought that was Luke's dragon.
No, that's
and then they
Jace's
named something
dragon.
else. Okay. Makes sense.
Because he was
he was tiny.
We saw him when he was little in episode 6.
Yep.
But they grow a bit. Danny's dragon was only around for like 3 years, and it was already bigger than all of them. So makes sense that they grow quickly.
Yep.
Aemon, Ari, tell me about Aemon.
He's so cool. He's got a blue eye.
He does have a sapphire. Aemon has one eye, and it's a sapphire. Can you believe it? I can.
Yep. It looks so cool. I don't know what effect they use, but it looked great. Aemon is just the coolest guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I really like that he didn't mean to do it. I feel like it gives the Greens
I agree,
less hate. I do like the stiffer characterization. Now, this is actually going to be the point in my next video about how original Game of Thrones have sort of stiffer and more rigid characterization, whereas House of the Dragon has more wishy-washy characterization for its characters. But I'm liking the wishy-washiness. I like that Aemon just kind of fucked up. I think I said this in the video too, that I hope the first scene of season 2 is Alicent throwing something at a wall and screaming at him for being an idiot.
Yep.
I think that'll be cute as fuck. She's not got mad at Aemon yet. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I mean, it keeps him likable, is what I would say, I guess. The fact that he didn't intend to cause this war. Yeah, mildly likable. I mean, has he done anything... I guess he had that one fight when they were kids that was bad. But other than that, I don't know what he's really done.
Well, I think everything he does in this episode, even if he didn't intend to do it, it still makes him kind of a bad guy. But also him demanding the eye and stuff like that, that was a little... What are you doing, Aemon? What a prick. Oh, also...
Well, the other guy took his eye. I understand it.
Vengeance is not good, EliteAri. Have you forgotten your Vinland Saga tenets already,
well,
you fucking idiot?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Emotionally, obviously, we understand. We all played The Last of Us Part 2. We wanted to kill Abby for a little while. We understand.
Yes, okay.
It's been a bunch of years, Aemon. Get over it, you little prick. Look what happened. Also, takes drink. Our boy Aemon betrothed to a Baratheon girl, Ari. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can believe it. Actually, I wasn't sure if it meant him or like some other person in the
They aren't
family.
very clear with that, but if you show... Borman Baratheon over here has 4 daughters, and one of them standing next to Aemon when Luke runs in and the other 3 are on the other side. Kind of reminiscent of the Frey scene where it's like, which one of my daughters are you going to marry? And there's fucking 50 Frey girls. They're all ugly. Can you believe it? And he was hiding the pretty one. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? What a fella this Walder was.
I remember watching that.
Then Arya killed them all. What an evil bitch.
Fed the fingers.
Yes. Cannibalism, but it's good. Because we don't like the Freys. Maybe we'll meet some Freys next season, Ari. Aren't you excited?
No, I doubt it.
Wait, I wonder if the Frey meme is that they never fight in war. Remember how they showed up late to Robert's Rebellion and everybody was... Well, no, they fight a bunch of wars in the fucking Five Kings thing, so I think they are going to show up. We'll see some Freys. I'm sure they'll be pricks too. No, maybe House of the Dragon will be the subversion. That'll be really nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
When are we going to meet Lord Grover and Elmo? That's what I want to know. Oh, I guess that's a good thing. We sort of got the sides developing, Ari. This is some interesting memery. I actually really like this stuff because I like the sides porn. And by sides porn, I don't mean nothing weird. I mean who's on whose side. And how it's sort of been established throughout the what do you fucking call it? The show. That's what we're doing here, right? The Lannisters, Rhaenyra pissed him off earlier, didn't want to marry fucking one of them. The other one's on the small council. They're on Team Green. You fucked up there, Rhaenyra. Can you believe that?
Yes.
The Arryns, Rhaenyra's grandmother paternally, they're going to be on the black side. And then we've got some in the middle here. These are sort of the inherent ones. We've got talk of ravens being sent to Highgarden, Winterfell, Storm's End. Now the Storm's End, these are fucking a bunch of green pricks, as we find out. The Valerians, though, they're big and important. They're on the black side. So we got a sort of an evening of forces here. So I guess we'll jump into predictions as we're still doing shit. We want predictions from Ari. What's Winterfell doing, Ari? Are they going to be the bad guys? Or the good guys?
I think it was like the argument they gave that they're always true to their oath, like that. I think that's very true, and I think they will definitely be on Team Black.
Yeah, they fucking spoiled it, huh? Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think there's just no chance.
They said they said the name of Lord Stark. They said no. How did they fuck it up? Because I was mad about it. How I say it is Lord Cregan Stark, but they're like Cregan or something. Do you remember what I was complaining about?
Yeah, I remember you complaining about a pronunciation.
And then there was Celtigar. These Celtigars.
Yeah, I remember that.
Clearly they're Celtigars. It's just so much cooler. Like they're Kelp, like they're Celtigars. No,
that's
Celtigars.
pretty cool, though.
Dumb fucking maesters. What the fuck does this prick know? Remember when Rhaenyra was like, "It is fucking coming," and she yelled at the maester? That was almost cool. It almost made Rhaenyra good again. Wait, who else? Highgarden. Where are they going, Ari? They're already green. Can you believe it? Literally. But will they be green in the war? They are the Hightower's liege lords. Can you believe that? The Hightowers aren't going to follow them, though. Traitors.
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, we've got no characterization on the Highgarden.
I don't know anything about them. I
think we did meet Lady... I nearly said Martell, like we're talking about the Dornish.
Yeah.
Didn't we meet the old lady Tyrell in episode 3 at the hunt, maybe? I know we met Lady Redwine, who was...
Is that the pug lady?
No, Lady Redwine was the pug lady, though she's probably dead now because she was old when they were young, and it's been like 20 years. But the Redwines have a massive fleet, and we got to even up these odds, though they already mentioned the Lannisters have a pretty big fleet too, because we're going to have some ship battles, I'm assuming, with these Velaryons. So the Arbor, the Redwines would be important. Also, we didn't get any mention. Nobody's even sending ravens to our Greyjoy friends. No mention of them yet. They didn't do anything in Robert's Rebellion either. Well, actually, at the end, I think they were raiding the Reach or something because they were on the Mad King side and they wanted to be nice to Robert because Robert was winning. I know all the lore, Ari. You got it through your head yet?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who else is left? Oh, also, the Tullys are a big one. There's really not any indication. Ari, make a guess.
Yeah, I don't even know at this point what the relationships between the houses are at all. Like, I know what it is at the beginning of Game of Thrones, but like, this is so far before that. Like,
it
I
is
have no
a thing
idea.
in Fire and Blood where it's either usually the same or an opposite. Like, if the Starks do end up on the black side, and the first time we see a Stark and Lannister fight in the Riverland somewhere, there's gonna have to be some reference like, I wonder if this is ever gonna happen again. And it'll be like, I remember Robb Stark. That was cute.
Oh, I bet I love that.
But it will be cute if, like, the Baratheons are... Well, I guess the Baratheons technically were fighting the Starks in Game of Thrones, too, because Joffrey was technically a Baratheon. But obviously they're allies and stuff, so seeing them fight or something will be cute. But obviously, the Tullys connected to the Starks very directly because of Catelyn. If they're fighting, that'll be cute, too. Cuteness all around. Oh, there are other little details, like where are the Royces going to go since Daemon kind of fucked him over, and is that the uncle dude still around who actually has control of Royce lands? Because Daemon didn't go and claim him even though he threatened to. I guess that's kind of a minor spoiler. We'll have to see. Many things afoot,
Yep.
but I think it interesting, and I think a lot of episode 1 will be Jace going to the Eyrie and to Winterfell, and I think that'll be a little fun because the showrunners have come out and said that season 2 is going to be much like seasons 3 through 6 of Game of Thrones. I don't know why they didn't include 2 in that.
Okay.
But I guess they just mean it's going to be sprawling. We're going to be we're going to be in a few places. There's going to be battles going on.
Good. I like it.
We're going to be widening things out. No more time skip, so we're changing things up here. But I think that was basically a bunch of who the fuck knows where these fucking houses are going to land.
Yep, except for Stark.
Yeah, Starks can't be the bad guys now. It's in their contract.
Yep. It's just who they are.
What else do we talk about, Ari? What haven't we gone over yet?
Oh, you want a bunch of predictions? I have a bunch of predictions.
Yeah, but is there anything else we should?
Well,
let
me see.
Oh, let me get my fucking notes up. I haven't looked at them once.
Yeah, you have a lot more than me.
But I just have the old notes. Rhaenyra hulking up at the end was a little weird. Kind of true. Disobeying the riders. Yes. Daemon choked. It says joking in my notes. Choking Rhaenyra. Lamau. House of the Dragon says childbirth is bad. True.
Yep.
Let me turn this fucking brightness down a little bit. It is all the way down. Older Rhaenyra is still a little boring. True. Oh, a big theory thing here. Boris Baratheon over here. He actually is an illiterate dumb fuck. Not just because he hasn't read Fire and Blood, but this Maester has to tell him what's on the note. The sort of the tale of the Dance of the Dragons is he gets very mad and calls Rhaenyra a whore after he hears what's in the note. Now, is this fucking Maester lying to this bastard over here, Boros? Or is it Bormund? The father is Boros. Grandfather, Rhaegar Baratheon. Big character in Fire and Blood. We're going to learn about him when you read the book, Ari. What a fella. I love Rhaegar Baratheon. You're going to love him too. Nonetheless, whichever one it is, potential Maester fuckery. Now, we've teased in the show maybe doing some Maester fuckery. But I don't think so. He wasn't that mad.
No, I don't buy it. He read it too quickly.
Yeah, he was just like, Lamau, you don't want to marry one of my daughters, so I'm going to go with the other side. He wasn't that mean. He didn't want him to fight under the roof and stuff. Crazy stuff. Also, some book news. The Maester thing might have just been confirmed in the books by some leaked documents of George's old emails. But that's a whole different topic. There's some interesting news afoot. Somebody went into an archive somewhere and found some of George's old emails with his editor.
Pretty
Crazy
cool.
stuff. But we can't get into
How
all that.
unethical.
Actually, it's not unethical because he voluntarily gave them to this archive in Texas.
Okay.
I even know where it was.
I like it.
But last time this happened and we found out that Benjen wasn't cold hands in the books, he did shut that shit down and said no more Dance of Dragons documents are allowed to be looked at.
Yep.
This is an old meme. Nonetheless, Maester's fuckery. Probably not in the show, maybe in the books. Who knew? Me complaining about Lord Cregan and Celtigar getting destroyed. Daemon and Vermithor, we talked about all this. Oh, I had all my female agency stuff in the 9th episode. I don't know if there's really much to talk about there. Otto and Alicent at odds, that was cute. There's not much here. I feel like we talked about all this already. It is true, and before episode 10 came out, a lot of people were like, oh, not much happens in this episode from the leaks. Now, there were vague leaks that came out after episode 1 for what was going to be in each episode. Minty had looked at them, I had not, because I didn't want to... some of the things that I thought were going to happen in this season didn't happen in this season, and that was one of the funner parts of the show, of being like, are we going to get up to this? Yeah. We did get up to Storm's End. When we went to Storm's End, did you remember me saying cryptically about Storm's End a bunch of times in our videos, or were you just
not at all.
On the wise? God, I'm good. I'm good at being subtle.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think I always mention
forgetting.
the 5 things that happen in the Dance of Dragons. Storm's End is number 2 of the famous thing, the dragon battle. They killed one of the dragons. Can you believe it?
Yep, he bit him.
What's number 1? What's the other one that already
something.
happened? Oh, the Green Council, which was only 5 minutes, Lamau.
Yeah.
The rest of them, the next one will come very quickly. Then the other 2 are right at the end. Then we've got a bunch of stuff in between. Joffrey spoils one of them. Don't watch that scene, Ari. Don't do it.
Oh boy. You know what I did watch? The Shireen talking to Stannis.
Ah,
So I was
yes.
like, yeah, I can watch this now. And she talks about how the dance is like Rhaenyra and Aegon and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is cool. I know these characters.
She
Um,
mentions them. In my goings about, because I've been watching season 2 recently, there is a lot more references to like lore stuff that I either went over my head, or when I was first watching it was when I was first watching it. I didn't know any of the lore stuff, and I haven't rewatched any of the show besides season 1 in like 7 years or some shit. So it is interesting where even
mm.
in season 2, I kept saying that House of the Dragon was much better with mentioning lore stuff. The original show has a lot of that stuff too, and even in the season 2 thing I watched. I'm trying to think of an example right now. But I feel like sometimes they just mention random houses and are like, it's the Starfish house and the name or whatever. It's like, oh, that's kind of cute. How did this come up? What were we talking about right before this?
Oh God.
A little
Uh,
lore detail was probably how we got to this.
oh no, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're rolling with the conversation here. I
Yep.
think
Yep.
I think we had more to say about something, but if not, we're getting into Ari's predictions.
All right. Wait, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quickly.
Can you
And then
believe this?
predictions.
I'm not cutting this out. I'm going to entertain chat right now. Chat's not here. Chat is you in the future. Can you believe it? Ari's back, everybody. Aren't you just so happy? Conversation with Minty coming soon with all the spoilers. I'm not going to mention any of them here because that would be wacky and you would all be mad at me. New House of the Dragon video coming out soon, comparing it to the original show, talking about how it writes its characters. You're going to love it. I mentioned this on stream, but nobody's watching streams anymore. You got to click the Twitch follow button. You got to click the notification bell. What are you doing, chat? What else are we going to talk about while he's gone? I know he's faking that he doesn't like Damon anymore. I know he loves him. I know he's his first favorite character. He's a fucking Matt Smith simp like the rest of you. I won't take it. Bro. Can't wait for season 2, you know? Apparently, confirmed, not happening until 2024. I'm very sad. We're all sad. It'll be interesting. I wonder if they'll keep it going. Keep the strength. The strength? What word am I looking for here? Keep the... What word am I looking for? Because strength doesn't make any sense. Keep the power going. I think I'm stuck between keeping the train on the tracks and an adjective. See if they can keep going strong, I think is what I was looking for. Lamau, remember the Strongs? They died in episode 6. That was sad. Wait, was the feet jerk-off thing in episode 9? It was, wasn't it? We didn't talk about that with Ari yet. We'll talk about that when he gets back. Hey, Ari, remember when that dude jerked off to the feet? We didn't talk about that yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I remember it, and you know why I remember it? Because there was like a million memes on TikTok. That's all that came out from that episode. Every single TikTok I would scroll, it was just about the feet.
Mm-hmm. Unbearable.
Too much.
Unbearable. Yeah. Can you believe it? Also, I think entirely show original. What were we going to talk about?
I guess that makes sense.
Oh, I had a thing to bring up.
Yes, predictions.
Yep. Remember your old predictions and you were trying to figure out what the greens and the blacks meant, and it was like so simple and you had a big convoluted theory about it when it was just the two sides and that one was black and one was green. You're such an idiot, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know if I'm a fan of
was
this
gonna kill
naming of the black and green. Yeah, well, I did. I had some pretty crazy... I kind of like my old predictions, but they were terrible.
You evil bastard.
Terribly incorrect.
She loves him. Remember when she cries as he's being, like, wrapped up? That was some sad shit.
Yeah.
She actually did like him. Oh, my God, she's the best.
She just wants to enact the legacy that he spoke in his final words, you know?
Unquestioned.
True love.
Predictions, Ari. Where are we going? Who's dying? Who's surviving? Who's winning the war?
So I've got a list of predictions here in order of like increasing like wackiness, I guess, or like not how likely they are, or how unlikely they are. So the first one we already covered. So the Starks will side with Rhaenyra.
And boring.
Because of what was said. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Actually, this next one is like a bunch. Basically, every Targaryen. I've got a thing here. I wrote that the Civil War is supposed to weaken the House of the Dragon. Like, that's my understanding of it, right? Because like the House of the Dragon is not strong when it's divided or whatever. So I'm assuming most of the dragons and probably most of the characters are gonna die. Because yeah, just because of that. And now for every character here, I've got like a quick summary of what I think will happen. If basically if they're gonna live or if they're gonna die, and maybe if they die, like how they will die or something. So Aegon, as in the current king, that Aegon, I think he will be killed after naming his child as heir. So he's gonna have a child, and that child is gonna be the king at the end of this like House of the Dragon series or whatever.
Now we know he has a kid already, right? He's got 2 of them.
Oh yes, yeah. All right, one of those maybe. I don't know if it'll be
He's
one
got
of those.
Jaehaerys
I don't even
and
know if any of them are male.
twins.
Okay,
And probably
so
a third
Jaehaerys
son that they didn't
is
show
going to be
yet.
the king.
Maelor is his third son's name. I'm a fucking god. I know everything about the lore.
Maelor. That sounds familiar.
Well, Maegor is a bloke, but Maelor is a bloke, and it's
Maegor.
also Baelor is a similar bloke. They have like 3 fucking
Okay, yeah,
starts
maybe,
of
yeah,
names.
okay.
Daemon, Daeron, Aemond.
Yeah.
You know these fucking names.
Aegon, yeah.
Yeah. And then we got Joffrey. What a prick.
Yep. Micah's one of the kings. I
Wait,
think that's
so
the
hold on.
oldest king I know.
Oh, yes. That's because Aemon says, and Micah was king before him.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yep. So
was
I don't know. I
Micah
tried to
king?
calculate
There's
it,
something
like-
in that monologue that's like inaccurate. I think it's because Aerys is like his great-grand nephew, and he says that he's like his son's son, which isn't true. Aemon was lying a bit in that show monologue. I don't remember if Micah was actually a king, because I feel like I can name them
The
all.
one thing I know.
But I can't name Micah.
Hey, don't name them. I don't want to.
Yes, those would be spoilers. Big spoilers.
Anyway.
A few of them would be spoilers. Uh-oh, stinky.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, well, hold on. Ari just made a big prediction. He thinks Jaehaerys over here will be Jaehaerys II, and he will be king
Yep.
at the end of the show.
Yep. Because Aegon's gonna die.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Now, technically, he doesn't really even have to name him heir, right? He's kind of already heir, as Jace is already Rhaenyra's heir. Well, I guess you do kind of have to say it, because he could dispossess him or whatever it's called. But right now, Jaehaerys, he's not the second, because you don't get the title until you actually become king. But Jaehaerys would be Aegon's heir right now. He's like 3.
Yep.
And we're not doing any more time skips, so we're going to have a 3-year-old on the throne at the end of the show. According to EliteAri.
No, he'll be the heir. Maybe Helena will. No, actually, I got another prediction for Helena. I don't know. That's what I think. That's what I'm still sticking with it. I think Aegon's gonna die and his kid's gonna be the next person. And I guess like
hold on,
the
EliteAri. Remember
yeah.
how they didn't have
Yes.
a Helena crowning scene, even though she's the queen now at the coronation? That was pretty fucked up of the show.
the queens have a crown.
Yes, they got a crown.
I don't even know.
They're gonna
Do
put.
they? Why? They're not.
Cersei
the
never
king.
wears a
Doesn't make
crown,
sense.
huh? Actually, maybe they don't have a crown,
Not
but
that I
she is.
remember.
There is like a line in the book where she gets coronated next to him. And it's like, oh, the new king and the queen. I don't think they said
Yeah.
Queen Helena once yet, but I'm saying it every day.
Nice.
I'm a Helena
glad to hear.
Simpari.
Yep.
Remember when she did a little dance? God, what a time it was.
Yeah, I do. Yep. What an episode.
So Aegon's a dead man. EliteAri is declared.
Yes. And so a bit of justification here is that I think because
rapist doesn't win.
as far as I understand, the Song of Ice and Fire will be forgotten to history. So I have a feeling that Rhaenyra is not going to win this fight and like have her line like kind of continue that legacy. So I think she's going to lose this civil war. But at the same time, I think I can't see the other side winning and being like proven correct or whatever by winning. So I feel like if Aegon also dies, then maybe his kid can become a new like heir or whatever, and the promise will be forgot. Aegon's dream will be forgotten, but you'll still have like some heir of the bad side, like the side that's not the main character. I don't know. That's where my Aegon prediction comes from.
That ties into a Rhaenyra
Yes.
prediction of she won't outrightly win either.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And my only reason for that is that just the dream is forgotten, right? Like they don't talk about the Song of Ice and Fire.
Well, it's possible that it
Otherwise they
died
would've
with
prepared for
Aerys, but because he wouldn't have told Robert, but
That's I guess. But at that point, he was. I mean, this is just based on my very vague understanding. But I thought he was very cruel, right? Even before he went
Yeah.
crazy, or was he not?
well, he goes
Like, I
crazy
don't know.
long before the rebellion. But yeah, he's not crazy though
Yeah.
his whole life.
Okay, I don't know.
Him and Tywin were friends. They were
Okay, then
growing
I don't
around.
know. I don't know then. Yeah.
And he would have told Rhaegar,
Well,
not Viserys, so it kind of... But then he does name Viserys heir, like, after Rhaegar dies, so he probably would have quickly told him. The thingy is show original, so they got to get around this somehow.
yeah.
Rhaenyra dying without telling Jace, or Jace
Jace
also
is dying. Jace is absolutely dying. I don't. Yeah, actually, I do have a prediction here. Yeah, he's dying because like, he doesn't have blonde hair. He's not a Targaryen. He can't. I know that the next.
You can just
kings are all
marry someone with
Targaryens,
blonde
so-
hair.
No, it won't happen.
In fact, he's
that's
going to marry someone
ridiculous.
with blonde hair. He's being
Don't be
destroyed with
ridiculous,
facts and
Kyle.
logic.
I am 100. Well, I'm like 99% certain Jace is gonna die. I'm sticking with that one. Who else?
Well,
Rhaenyra,
was
we
that
got
all your
Jace.
Rhaenyra stuff? Just she's going to die, Lamel?
Well, in terms of just going through the characters and if they're gonna die. Oh, what else did I write? I said Rhaenyra dead. Oh, she will be the last death of the show. And then I wrote, but I don't know how she would die. And my one prediction, like I thought about it, I'm like how, like what would be it? Because she's the main character of this whole story, is my understanding. And I can't think of a satisfying way for her to die. Like she can't just die in a battle. Like that's not going to be I mean, it could be satisfying, but I just don't think that would be very satisfying. So the thing I thought is if one of her children kill her, like if she starts, this would be very show original or whatever, but because if she starts having the dream about the Song of Ice and Fire or whatever, if she starts having it and she starts getting driven crazy by it, and one of her children kill her because she's going crazy because of that dream. So they're like they do it for the good of everyone. I don't know.
So a very Dany-esque ending is what you're predicting here.
No, not at all. Dany.
Well, she goes
Dany...
mad, and then Jon's got to kill her.
She doesn't. I don't know if she goes mad. She just does something very unethical, right?
Dany has gone so mad in that last episode. It's so bad because it was so good. It could have been so cool if she was actually not mad. But then she just like, I just got to decide for everybody. And Jon's like, oh, I guess you got to die then. What a dumb fucking show.
Okay. I guess it would have the same like vibe as that death, but very different context. I think. I don't know. Maybe I could see it kind of paralleling that in a way.
Well, the thingy here is if Rhaenyra doesn't win, do you think we're gonna have uproarious hatred for the final season, like when Dany didn't win?
No, because people will talk about how it's in a book and George is the king and we gotta respect everything he did. Like no one's gonna hate this because the ending's already there, right?
Maybe people hate the ending.
No, there's no way. George wrote it. Anything George writes, people love. I would have heard about it if people hated the ending already. There's no way. Come on, Kyle. Let's not be
It is
crazy.
interesting because it's never really been. I guess in Fire and Blood. Oh, even then, there's a little bit after the dance. There's actually like 2 chapters after the dance, but it is interesting because initially when I was like, oh, the Dance of Dragons, like I'm not sure the ending is like a show appropriate ending. It's kind of a cool ending for a history thingy where it's like, oh, and then that happened.
Right. Yeah.
I'm tentative on the ending. I wouldn't say everybody's gonna love it, but how is Ari supposed to comment on
this? We'll see in like 8 years or whatever.
Unless he just said it and he's a genius, master genius.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So Jace kind of ties into that. He's got to die somehow, or he's killing Daenerys.
No, he's dead. He's gonna die like next season or something. Yeah, Jace is going quick. But don't worry, Rhaenyra has so many other children, right? She has like three other children. Three other children. Yeah.
Luke is dead, Lamau. She's got Joffrey.
Yep.
And what are the other two's name? Ari.
Aegon and Viserys.
My God, he's a genius.
Yep, easy. But okay, Aemond. He is gonna die in combat. Makes sense. That's all he's about, right? Fighting. So he'll die in combat. I don't know what combat or I don't know any of that, but he's just gonna die in a fight. Helena, she is going to survive, and her survival means that she's going to be exiled to Essos or something. I don't know why. Because putting all my predictions together, right?
Why
so
would
Rhaenyra's gonna
if
die.
her son becomes king, why would he exile his own mother?
Okay, it's all coming together here. I am thinking of this right now. So Rhaenyra,
it's like Jon Snow in the ending. It's part of the deal that she's got to get exiled.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's all coming together, Kyle. So Rhaenyra dies, and they lose their battle because her kid kills her for the sake of everyone, to save the greater world.
I assume
or whatever.
Rhaenyra on the throne at this point? Is she beaten them out of King's Landing?
I got no idea. I have no idea. No, she's not on the throne because I don't think
Well, then
her children will
why would the
continue.
sun killing her then do
Okay,
anything
okay,
for the
we're getting to that. We're
Greens?
getting to that. So the son that kills Rhaenyra is doing it for the greater good of the world. But they're gonna lose. They're still gonna they're out of power or whatever. They're gonna I don't know if they'll go in exile or whatever. They'll just stop being powerful. So at the same time, uh, Aegon's kid will kill. No, they're not gonna kill Aegon, are they? Oh no. Oh, this is all falling apart, Kyle.
Uh-oh.
Um, because I was thinking if you have Aegon's kid kill Aegon as well, so you got the two
It's a
kids killing the
parallel.
two kings, yeah, and then you can have
A
the kid
compromise.
exile Helena. You
Oh,
know
because
what? I don't
she's
know.
mad
Maybe
because
she
she
won't
likes
be exiled.
Aegon?
Yes, that's it. We got this.
Oh, but
All right.
something we didn't talk about, Ari, is that Helene is actually sleeping with Aemond. Can you believe it? The kids are his.
Oh yes, I've heard the theories. I saw that video.
Could be fun.
Yep,
That is something that's mentioned in Fire and
crazy.
Blood, by the way. It's like, and some think Helena's kids were Aemond's. But that happens all the time.
Yep.
Everybody's kids are somebody else's kids in this fucking book. Could be cool, though.
Mm.
You didn't say anything about
Yes.
Daemon yet, you idiot.
Oh, Daemon. Daemon is going to die. He is going to be killed by Rhaenyra. That's what I think.
Uh-oh.
Because because you know he was choking her this episode. I think that relationship will develop a bit
Then
poorly.
they held
It's gonna
hands at
sour.
the end.
Did they? Oh, I guess
Yeah.
they did. Yeah, when she. Yeah. But that's like they're grieving over the loss of the son. But
Once a toxic
over
relationship,
time, it'll
always a toxic
yeah.
relationship.
Amen. Amen. And that's what's
Amen.
gonna happen. Eventually, they'll separate. And maybe and then Rhaenyra will kill him. And there we go. Beautiful.
Interesting.
Rhaenys will die of old age. She's old. She's
So
not
she
gonna live that long.
survives. Oh,
I guess, yeah, she survives. Yeah, that's another way of putting it. Then there's the
Corlys?
only other two I've got is well, he's not really a Targaryen, but I haven't thought about him. I guess he will probably die in battle if he's like a ship guy getting old. He's already got that limp. Or maybe he'll retire. I don't know. I haven't really thought much about Corlys. He does have. You said there's like a show or something. I don't know if that's a prequel or a sequel.
Yeah, it would
but,
have to be a prequel. Because
yeah.
it's called like the Nine Voyages, which is something he does when he's young.
Right.
Actually,
Yep.
when he's way younger, because he does it before he marries Rhaenys, and he's 37 when he marries Rhaenys, and Rhaenys is 16. 21 years different.
Oh my
Can you
goodness.
believe it?
Yeah. No, I can't. The show. If you watch the show, you'd never get that. That's for sure. Yeah. The only other two Targaryens are Baela and Rhaena. I even
was gonna
wrote down
bring
their
them up.
names because I looked it up. I got no clue. I don't know anything about them. They have basically
have
no
no
characterization except
characterization
one
in this
doesn't have a
one.
dragon.
Yeah.
So I got no idea what they're gonna end up as.
They will become bigger
That's it.
characters moving forward.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. But I have two other predictions that are a bit less likely, I think. I mean, all of those are pretty unlikely, I would say. But the next prediction is that the dragon that Daemon was trying to tame, what was it called?
Vermithor.
Yeah, Vermithor. I think that will be the dragon to kill Vhagar. And the reason I think that is because it was big and scary when they
It's
showed
the
it in this
second
episode.
biggest.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's big. They'll probably pit that one against Vhagar. I don't know who will ride it, but I think that'll be the dragon to kill Vhagar.
I think
Yeah, pretty.
I think it's the second oldest. Oh, let me do the fucking thingy. Actually, I think
Well,
Dreamfire.
it looked big and scary. That's all.
Helena's dragon is older and cooler and better.
Yeah, but they're on the same side.
Yeah, but it's not as big because it's a girl dragon. Can you believe the fucking sex?
Unbelievable.
Dreamfire Rhaena is my favorite character in Fire and Blood, and she had Dreamfire before Helena, and that's why I like Dreamfire, Ari.
Okay, that's good to hear.
So Dreamfire's cool. And Vermithor
Yeah, I
sucks.
can't wait to
I
see
hate
it.
Jaehaerys. What a fucking prick. Actually, though, but that's a
Yep.
conversation for a different day. This fucking king, Otto's talking like he's the greatest of all time. I'll fuck up Jaehaerys if I see him in these streets, alright? I don't like him. You're right?
Yep,
You know
he's
that
old.
down, Ari? Oh,
He
even
had
when he's
grey
not
hair in
old.
that one thing,
Specifically
yeah.
when he's not old, this fucking old bastard.
Damn. Yeah, he's a Targaryen. We hate Targaryens.
No, we like Dreamfire Rhaena, who is his older sister, who he fucks out of the
Right.
throne. And not literally, he's actually fucking his other sister, but she's alright. Jaehaerys,
Classic.
though? I saw a fucking tier ranking list of the best Targaryen fucking kings. You can't click on that video, Ari, because there's big spoilers in it, obviously.
Right.
They had fucking Jaehaerys at number 1. These fucking simps falling for the propaganda. They just taking Fire and Blood word by word and being like, well, this fucking idiot Maester says he's the best. I'm mad, Ari, can you tell? I hate Jaehaerys. What a prick.
Right.
Kills people for
Yep.
sleeping with his daughter. What a pussy. I
Yep.
hate him.
And then he gets old, and we hate him
he,
because he's old.
and then he doesn't choose Rhaenys as his heir, even though she's rightful. And then he has this fucking council, and this idiot Viserys gets it. I fucking hate him. What a dumb fuck.
Yep.
His oldest daughter, Daenerys, he doesn't want to give her the throne either. And then she dies when she's 7 from a chill. It's sad. It's a sad 2 pages.
Chill.
All of his daughters die in terrible fashion. Anyway, Fire and Blood's great,
because
Ari.
you cursed him so much. Good.
Yeah, it's my fault. Kristen Kroll, how's he dying? Or is he dying?
Oh Jesus! I didn't even think of him at all.
He's gonna
What
kill
is up-
Rhaenyra.
what is going
it's
on
gonna
with
be
him?
sick.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a
I mean-
confrontation. I can't wait.
Yeah, his whole story is about like
God, did they make this prick boring in the last 5
he's
episodes?
angry.
Already? Remember how
He's
great
angry
he was?
at Yeah, he had that long sex scene that kept going on and
Remember
on
the
and
next
on.
one? Because it's my aim and I don't have anything else. Oh, so good. Remember the Crucible?
Yep. No, actually, no. I haven't seen it. I haven't read it.
Embarrassing.
Anyway, Kristen is gonna. Let me think. I think he'll end up killing himself like he was going to in the beginning.
he's gonna have sex with Alicent. Remember? Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild.
Not
Anyway.
wild. All right, I'll watch a wild sex scene.
Yep. It's better than a long one.
That's the other character.
Anyway.
You're forgetting something.
I mean, there's.
Daeron, who you haven't met yet, how's he dying?
Well, he's with the maesters or something, learning, right?
Well, probably not with the maesters. He's probably with his fucking uncle, or great uncle.
Right.
Whatever, squiring or something in Old Town.
Yep. I have absolutely not. Maybe
Otto!
he'll.
You
I don't
fucking
know,
idiot.
he'll
How
get a
about Otto?
disease. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. My final prediction here, the wackiest prediction,
whatever.
is that Alicent will kill Otto.
Uh-oh.
Whether I don't know if that means
You're always
directly
trying to make
or like
Alicent a
via
murderer.
command or something. Well, I think she has every right to kill Otto. Every terrible thing that has happened to her is
It
because
is
of
all
Otto.
Otto's fault in the show. It's literally everything
Yeah.
his fault. What a
So
bastard.
I think she would. I think she's gonna kill him. Which
Oh.
I don't know if it'll be her or directly like choking him to death or something, or if it'll be like order Kristen or some other like command to kill him.
Oh, is Massaria dead, Ari? Remember when her mansion
No.
burned down? Yeah. I
She's
don't
not
think they
dead.
tricked anybody with this one. How's she going to factor
Yeah.
into the future?
Oh god, I don't know.
Oh, I thought of
I
another
don't know.
character, but then I thought of Massaria first. And I was like, oh, how's this one going to die, Ari?
Laris?
Laris was exactly who I was thinking of. How are we killing this sadistic bastard?
I could see him surviving. He seems pretty smart. Becoming there's no Master of Whispers at the moment, right? He could become that Master of Whispers. Yeah. I think he's gonna have a good long life ahead of him. He's too valuable. It would be a mistake to kill him.
Unless Rhaenyra takes King's Landing, then she would probably kill him, huh?
No, she could use him, you know? I think that's the kind of guy
Wait
you keep
until
around.
she finds out that he killed Harwin. She's not going to be happy about that.
No, they'll never find out.
No feet
There's no
jerking off to
evidence.
Rhaenyra. She's going to kill this prick.
Yeah, that's a very good point actually. Why would he serve her? I don't know. What does he want? Is it really just the feet?
I feel like
That's really weird.
he's made himself Lord of Harrenhal. He's moving up in the world. He wants power and stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, Daemon
can
also wants to
respect
take Harrenhal and make it their base, but Laris wouldn't be happy about that if that happened. But also, he's not at Harrenhal right now.
Yep.
Wait, was that the last prediction? Alicent killing Otto.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Alicent's gonna kill him. Yep.
I'm trying to think of how to ask prediction questions without
Yeah, and this is
pointing you
anything
in a
else, I don't
direction. But I can't.
I don't.
think
Okay,
of
I
that
don't
now.
think we'll see the wall. That's another. I was thinking about like, well, will a character get sent to the wall or something? I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think we'll see the wall or anything
Oh, a
like any
character's
other White
absolutely going
Walkers
to
that I
get
want to
sent to
see.
the wall as a punishment, but it might be at the very end where it's like, well, this prick, Larry's
Oh
going to get
yeah,
sent to
maybe.
the wall.
Yeah, yeah, maybe right at the end. Yeah.
We probably don't see it, huh?
No,
I
I
feel like
wish.
there could be a good opportunity in an end note of just a chapter of Fire and Blood that it wasn't featured on the wiki, where they're like, and then the king beyond the wall, Nance Maida, starts coming down the wall or something to take advantage of the current discord in the kingdom. In that case, we might have to see the wall,
That
but
would
I
be
don't
great.
remember that. So,
Mm.
oh, we've
Oh,
got
you know
other.
what? Wait, I think we will also see, like, almost certainly, we will get some form of like, what do you call them? Like the green seeing, like the blood raven or whatever.
Oh
We'll get
yeah,
some sort of like communication on that front.
Bran
I
wasn't
don't know
in this
who it will
season,
be. If
Ari.
it,
Can you
yeah, I don't know if
believe
it'll
it?
be Bran or it'll be like,
Fucking
yeah, it'll
pussies.
be. We'll get that next. Well, I don't know next season. We'll get it by the end of the show. I'm sure we'll get something like that.
They should have had him walk up to Viserys as he was dying, and Viserys puts his arm out and is
Yep.
like, "I can see him." But then that would imply
Yeah.
that Bran wanted the Dance of Dragons to happen, which would seem antithetical because dragons would probably be useful to fight the fucking White Walkers. What's he doing?
Well, the ink is already written or whatever. The ink is dry or whatever.
No, this idiot's
Time is
changed
a
in the
flat
past. That
circle.
was a lie, remember? And then he changed Hodor afterwards. But then that went nowhere
What?
because, yeah, remember the
That's not true.
yeah.
No, that always happened. That's why Hodor was Hodor.
Oh yeah, that's right. In the show, that is how it's framed, huh?
Yeah.
Because it is
There's
just
no,
like a
at least
loop.
in the show, the
Yeah.
time is just
Remember
fixed,
how they introduced
which
time
is
travel
weird.
to explain Hodor's name and then never did it again? That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it for that scene. That was a great scene.
The scene was cool.
I wish it went
but,
somewhere.
You
Yeah.
feel like, man, I feel like going into season 8, there was like, oh, we're gonna get all these answers to all these questions, and they just didn't.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
ignored them all. What do the White Walkers want?
Yeah, it's a
Who's
big part
this Night
of
King
yeah,
fella?
yeah.
Do they talk to each other? What is their goal?
All right, we can't. You're gonna get me sad. I don't want to. We're never gonna get a long night show. It's what a sad thing.
Can you believe
Anyway.
this fucking show? Nonetheless, I had a question asked, but then I forgot. Oh, this the Triarchy seems to be dead on the Stepstones, but they
Yeah,
could
that
be a
was
factor. We don't. There could be Essos alliances to help in this war. That's a hint. There's going to be Essos alliances to help this war, Ari.
Right, Marine maybe that'd be cool.
Marines are very far away. I don't know if they even know what a
Damn.
Westeros is at this point. Also, Dawn is
Faceless
right
Men.
there. Somebody could ally with them. Get some Dornishmen into this fight.
Yep,
Many things. Those were hints, Ari. They weren't very subtle.
good. Yeah, we'll get Kristen's family from Dawn. It'll be great.
Kristen is
They'll come side with
he's from the Stormlands. I don't know why they keep saying that.
Right, okay. I think it's just me saying that. You said it once.
No,
so
they
one.
say it in everybody says that. Idiots, illiterates. That's what I call
This is the
these
truth.
people. Well,
Right.
the Dornish marches are a bunch of fucking mountains, and he is from the mountain thingy, but he's not a. He kills the Dornishmen, right? Anyway, nonetheless, Dornishmen
If you're
isn't
from
even like
Tasmania,
a race.
are you
They're like
Australian?
Roynish. Huh? What are you saying? I hate New
I
Zealand.
gave you a big logic puzzle there. No, if you're from Tasmania, are you Australian?
Not on my fucking watch, you aren't.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. Just like Kristen Cole.
The joke in Australia chat is that Tasmanians are inbred and they're all bad.
And then they're literally separated from the rest of the continent.
Yeah. Remember when the Tasmanians decided to form a line and shoot all the black people they saw? That was pretty cool. Fucking idiots.
No, I had
Yeah,
never
how
heard
of
that.
you didn't learn this in school? They got in a big
Actually,
line
I vaguely remember you
and shot
saying
all
this
the
in like.
indigenous people. They were like, well, I guess
Oh my god.
everybody was kind of trying to genocide them in Australia. It was pretty bad. We just, up here in the
History is
mainland, we just
terrible.
tried to breed them out. And this was in the 60s, so even America
Terrible.
had figured out their shit by this point. Genocide. I was going to say, you got to love
Can't
it.
stand
it. This is sarcasm, guys. Don't take those clips out of context.
Yep.
There's got to be something
Yeah.
else to say.
House of the Dragon.
Ask the Dragon. We got to figure out what we're doing with Fire and Blood. Because for the first, 20 weeks we do it, is not going to be spoiler stuff. It's going to be preceding that. Because, I guess the Dance of Dragons isn't half the book. It's about 40%, I guess, of the book. Because I'm about halfway through and,
Crazy.
it's kind of starting, but kind of not, because we haven't even gotten into Viserys stuff. So I guess it is technically House of the Dragon stuff, but not Dance of Dragon stuff. Shut up. And there is a few chapters of afterwards stuff. Anything else to say? I feel like I am forgetting things, and I don't like this feeling. Help me, Ari.
Mm, the only note I haven't crossed out is I don't like the term blacks and greens. I don't know, it just kind of cringe every time they say it. They're like, oh, Rhaenyra, the
I do
greens are
find it
coming. It's like,
cringeworthy in
oh,
the
I don't like
show,
this.
where the
Yeah,
greens are coming for you. Shut up.
yeah,
I don't know. They kind
but
of
it's
did make it
fine.
more complicated by having the black people end up being on the black side when they decided to recast the Valerians. Well, not recast, but cast the Valerians as black.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
and there was speculation if they would change it to the reds and the greens or something like that. Also, I don't know if they did a big thing, because the big thing is supposed to be like they go to the ball or or a tourney or something for like the 12th anniversary of Alicent and Viserys' marriage, and Rhaenyra wears a green. No, that would be crazy. Rhaenyra wears a black dress and Alicent wears a green dress. They really didn't do that in the show. I guess they were
Yeah,
wearing those
that would
colors.
make sense.
But yeah, that's where the
Yeah,
term comes from, and it's like, oh, when the court separated into the black faction and the green faction.
I like that.
They really didn't do that. I remember me and Minty speculating every episode if that was going to happen next episode. I guess they kind of were wearing those colors in the knife fight. Oh, did you notice Daemon is wearing the knife too now? Not even Rhaenyra, but
True. Yeah.
can you believe that? Oh, and Daemon doesn't know about the prophecy, so retroactively it makes Rhaenyra's coronation like more important, because Viserys actually meant it when he coronated her because he told her about the prophecy. That was cool.
Mm.
That was kind of poorly explained, but whatever. EliteAri is back, everybody. He's going to be on movie night every week. He's watching Scarface as we speak.
Am I?
Probably not. I'm probably going to watch Scarface.
I'm just watching a bunch of random movies.
Yes, Ari's watching movies, but not the ones I'm ordering him to watch.
Yep.
Oh, and our Black Sails thing will be 2 days from now. What's that? Sunday is when we're recording that.
Yep.
Have you even watched the last episode yet, Ari?
No, not yet. I will soon.
I gotta refamiliarize myself a little bit too, I imagine.
Yeah.
But our fans, our Black Sails fandom, will be eagerly awaiting that. Oh, the twins split up, Ari. I feel like I teased that to you a little bit too. Arik and Irik, or whatever the fuck. One of them loves Rhaenyra. Yep. The other one's with Aegon. Can you believe it? They're gonna fight in the future.
I'm sure they will.
My fucking hand is going dead. What is this, Ari? It's because I'm suffocating in this box.
Yeah.
Black Sails stuff is on Ari's channel. Ordinary Ari is what I was building into saying before I got distracted by twin nonsense. Those twins are actually two different people, unlike the Lannister twins that are both the same actor.
Right.
Crazy.
Interesting.
Well,
they had a lot of scenes together.
The twins did. It would be difficult. The Lannister ones didn't.
Yeah.
No. I wonder if they will in the future. I'm sure we'll see Jason again commanding some forces somewhere. I assume.
Oh, I can't wait.
I guess Thailand. I don't remember their fucking names. Will have to remain in King's Landing. Nonetheless, that's it, Ari. You don't got nothing else to say? I'll do an outro.
Nothing. What a show.
Yes, what a television program.
Pretty good.
With that being said, me and Minty are going to have a spoiler thing in a few days at some point, maybe in the next week. It'll happen eventually. And you'll have to stay tuned if me and Ari are talking about certain book-related things in the near future. So
comment
around.
if you want me to do that. Yeah.
Yes, you weigh in the comments. Should we do the Fire and Blood read through? Should we just skip that shit and start with a Game of Thrones? Should we? Should Ari just do none of that and we'll just be boring and give you no content? Gee, I wonder if we're gonna weigh this in one direction. Well, I guess it'll make our next season stuff more interesting if he remains unspoiled. If not, Minty can be in every one and we can just be talking about spoilers the whole time. It'll be a magical place.
Yep.
With that being said, we're kicking you out. Support links in the description below. Thanks.